I know that you talked, opening up for like the Palm Springs like for the your career. But one fun fact was that when you talked in the Craze battle, like before like the battle even started, you said that you were opening up for like Snak the Ripper like later on like at an event. So tell me more about that like opportunity if that happened. How was it like opening up for like Snak the Ripper?
I mean, I used to do like 4 shows a month sometimes. I would open for anybody that would have me, any promoter that would book me. I never sold any tickets at all. I usually brought people out, but I would never commit to selling any tickets. And if you're a young artist, don't ever fall into that trap of selling tickets for promoters, because it's a trap, and you're not. It sucks. Just refuse it, so that you give power back to the people that are actually on stage. But besides that, cutting my teeth opening for Snak. I've opened for Snak so many times, I cannot even possibly count it, even if I went back and looked at the flyers. I was an early Snak the Ripper fan. I was like, putting up Snak the Ripper posters in Toronto, all over the city, back in the day. Huge inspiration in the early days for me. Huge as far as like what a dude from Canada can do. Especially given they came up around drugs and graffiti and these things, and so I heavily respect that man. And to see his trajectory come to where it's at, he's got a kid and a house and whatever. It's still such a constant inspiration. So to have cut my teeth opening for the Snacks and the Merkules and the Demigodz were a group that I opened for a bunch of time. As I was saying, yeah, cutting my teeth in rooms like Nocturne and the Rockpile and all these greasy places. I wouldn't trade it for anything. It was how I became a stage performer.
I remembered I saw this one clip on your IG story, maybe back in 2019, on the Palm Springs show. That I think there's this one trash opener that was kind of opening up for them suddenly and all that, and then I think you said I'm the underdog of all those other guys and all that. I don't know if you remember that by any chance.
I kind of do. I kind of don't. I think what you're referencing is, whoever the rapper was, he had a hook that was really fucking stupid. I don't remember what it was, but it was a really fucking stupid hook, and I was just clowning him for it, because that's what I do. I clown people. I mock people.
I think that show, I guess that was also a good show too, at Adelaide, right? I know you said earlier that you weren't actually opening for them, but coming as a guest and all that.
Yeah, no, having guys like that invite me up to the stage. I mean, there's nothing quite like it. To walk up in front of their fans, they have some of the best fans I've ever met. The amount of love I've been shown by their fans is second to none, obviously. Anybody who knows my career knows that. But they've just got great fans. Their shows are such a vibe.
And then, you also toured all over Europe and the US a while back. I think you discussed this on the Studio One podcast. So tell me more about touring in Europe and the US, and do you have any interesting stories that you want to talk about from that?
Yeah, tour in the US and Europe was awesome. Thank you very much. Tour in the US and Europe was awesome. I went to Europe 3 times. I went to the US, many times, but on 2 separate occasions. I toured California 1 year, and then I toured the Midwest. The Midwest was probably my favorite of all of them. My favorite place that I've ever been, I've traveled a lot, and people often ask me, what was your favorite destination, where have you ever been? And my answer is, I don't even remember the name of the town. I don't even remember the name of the town. It was 40 minutes of trees on this side of the town, and 40 minutes of trees on this side of the town. It was in northern Wisconsin, and You know, we're at a bar next to a library, next to a post office, next to a bus stop, and that was it. And everybody in town came out because some dudes from Canada came out, and that was what you do that night, because there's only one bar and there's only one place to go. So the house was packed. They showed us mad love. It was a bar hotel, so we had our own little suites, and the vibe there was just unreal. I'd love to go back there. The Midwest in general picked up a lot of fans and people who become friends, whether on the internet or both. We also went to Nashville on that tour to do some writing sessions. So that was my favorite tour. California was pretty cool too. I had been to California before. California is beautiful, but LA is not really my vibe. Nashville is one of my favorite cities I've ever been to. In Europe, the south of France is beautiful. I went to Amsterdam twice. I don't feel the need to go to Amsterdam again. It's not really my vibe in the same way that LA is not really my vibe. Different reasons, but similar just turn off of I don't know what it is exactly. But plenty of good times for sure. I mean, I drank a lot at that time in my life. I drank a lot. So probably a lot of the good times I don't remember. There's some bad times I don't remember. Probably not so many bad times. I mean, I do have fun. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun touring the world and the country.
I definitely know what you mean. I don't know if you've had like any like female like movie stories like you've had like while you were touring and all that. Like I don't know if you've had like those opportunities where like you had to like sign like some girls, I guess, or like some girls like tits and all that.
Yeah, there's a couple. The biggest show I ever did in Toronto, and the biggest house I ever performed in front of was a packed Lee's Palace. I think the capacity of the Lee's Palace like 450 or 550. They must have had 700 or 800 people in there. No cap. It was packed. I brought my folks out, my pops and uncles and etc. And they were like, "What the fuck? Like, how do you even breathe in here?" You know. And I was up on stage, and after I came down, a dude came up to me, like really, really nervous, grown man, 10 years older than me by far, at least, especially at the time. And he came up to me real nervous, but real polite, and he said, I thought he was gonna ask me for some, autograph or mixtape or something. But he said, "My wife really wants to take a picture with you." So I went and took a picture with his wife, and his wife was a little bit grabby, but yeah, I got another one. Fuck it. There's a few. Since you kept bringing up the Adelaide Palmer Square show, at that show when I came down from the stage, I was just sitting at the back, having a beer, sitting on the wall, standing there watching. Okay, Shotty's right there. Okay, I'll let you fill in the blanks. She had 2 Palmer Squares tattoos. Not one, not two, not one for each of them. Just 2 separate ones. That was fun. I remember waking up and puking and getting my dick sucked at the same time. I think that's the only time I've ever puked and gotten my dick sucked at the same time.